Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live as we say hello to the month of March. How about that? Mike Smith along with Aaron Glandon. We've said goodbye to February, which was a day longer than usual because there was leap year, and hello to March.
You got to March 1st before you do anything else today.
March 1st. That's what they always used to tell the soldiers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, the Ides of March, that's not until the 15th, is that right? You aware of the Ides of March?
I don't know what that is.
You didn't learn that in history?
No, I don't think so.
Now, you did have my brother for history class.
I might have been sleeping that day.
I have to text him and find out. Didn't you talk about Caesar and Shakespeare and all this jazz? Because I think Shakespeare wrote a play on Julius Caesar. Great to have you with us. It's also a Friday, end of the week. A busy last 24 hours as far as what has gone on littermedia.com, Litter Media YouTube, as well as Litter Media Facebook. Aaron Glandon has been very busy, and Aaron will be talking about some of that stuff here in just a moment. We always start the program off, if you're new to it, with a look at the weather. And we're looking at cloudy skies today with a high of 50. There is a chance of rain. I think I saw that the biggest chance of showers was like 5 to 8 p.m., and it was like 35 to 40% chance. So we'll see if that even comes about. But that is in the forecast. If you're, let's say, traveling to a ball game or something tonight, you might want to take a rain jacket or an umbrella with you. But it picks up for tomorrow. Saturday, partly cloudy skies, a high 57. Statehood Day is tomorrow in Chillicothe, which we'll tell you about. And then 67 on Sunday. But when they give you that temperature of upper 60s and sun, you can always count somebody's going to get 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what's coming weather-wise for the weekend. When we come back, we'll talk about all of the things that are making the good news stories and news that you can use in our community right here on Litter Media Live.
First, we'll tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it'll take you to Scioto Valley Dumpsters' Facebook page where you can get more information about the services they provide. If you need a cleanup job, they are the people for you. Call them at 740-253-8389. Tell them Dana, Mike, and Aaron sent you.
Now that's one fast mower.
Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
All right, let's jump into the news. And by the way, for those of you listening live right now on Litter Media Radio, hello to you as well. One last reminder that the Ohio Statehood Day celebration in Chillicothe is tomorrow. Now, today is historically Statehood Day, March 1st, but Chillicothe always has a big celebration that takes place on Saturday. Whatever day the Statehood Day is, they do the thing on Saturday. All local museums are open and free to the public, and it all starts with the prayer breakfast at 8 a.m. tomorrow or Saturday morning at Chillicothe First Presbyterian Church on Meade Drive. But as you can see, Ross County Heritage Center, Adina Mansion and Gardens, the David Nickens Heritage Center, Lucy Webb Hayes Heritage Center, and, of course, the Ross County Genealogical Society, all open on Saturday, and the best part is free.
All free, yeah. Earlier this week, I made a trip down to Lancaster to find out what's going on in their community. I spoke to their new mayor, and he talked a little bit about what kind of vision he sees for the future of Lancaster. And I also talked to someone from the Fairfield County Commissioners about some events that are upcoming in Lancaster. And both of those interviews are on our YouTube right now.
And that's, I guess, Bennett Nicewanger, you
Yes,
said his
sir.
name is pronounced? Mm-hmm. He's their media, kind of their coordinator.
Communications and Information Coordinator.
Yeah, for the commissioners. So, again, you can find all of that at Litter Media YouTube. We've already told you that this groundbreaking and construction was underway. Well, they're making great progress. LG Energy Solution and Honda marked Leap Day Thursday by erecting the final structural steel beam at the joint venture's new EV battery production facility being constructed near Jeffersonville in Fayette County. This major construction milestone comes almost 1 year to the day after the groundbreaking that took place for the over 2 million square feet facility that's expected to be completed by the end of this calendar year. It's projected to reach an overall investment of $4.4 billion and create some 2,200 new jobs. The joint venture aims to start mass production of pouch-type lithium-ion batteries in 2025 that'll be supplied to Honda auto plants to produce EVs, or electric vehicles, that'll be sold in North America. Now, for those of you on Litter Media Radio, you can't see this, but for those of you watching on Facebook Live, can you make out what those two things are on opposite sides on the top of that beam?
People. Oh, wait, not the cranes.
On the beam.
I can't make that out.
Well, on the right, that's a pine tree or a Christmas tree.
Okay.
What the thing is on the left, I tried to scan in or zoom in on it, and I can't make out what it is.
Maybe it's a candy cane.
It very well could be. But Christmas is over, so unless they're thinking, because we said it's going to be finished by the end of this year.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this is going to be around Christmas time. I'm just guessing. The story that we have for you doesn't say anything about that, but get out further details, including, I think there's a link in there, if you want to apply for employment at this plant once it opens in 2025. Check out our story at littermedia.com.
Ross County Land Reutilization Corporation is accepting bids to complete site revitalization activities at the former Tiffin Elementary School located at 145 South Bridge Street in Chillicothe. The site is owned by the city of Chillicothe and consists of 2 parcels. The site walkthrough will be held on March 7th at 10 a.m. for interested bidders. Bids are due by 5 p.m. on Monday, March 11th.
And as you see on that picture, it's just a wide open field right now.
Yeah.
There's some, in a previous story that we had, some ideas as to what they want to do in that site, residential housing and that sort of thing. So give that story a look if you need a refresher on what's happening there.
I think we need a coliseum.
I don't know the neighbors would want that kind of noise going on. Yeah. The Social Security Administration is promoting the National Slam the Scam Day on March the 7th. Now, if you're on Social Security, you, like me, probably get a ton of stuff in the mail all the time on this. And it's a good thing because it's trying to alert you that there are scammers out there that are trying to steal from those on Social Security. Most all Social Security now is delivered to the recipient in direct deposit. Mm-hmm. Because back in the day before that came along, a lot of Social Security checks were stolen in the mail. Like if it was put in your mailbox, people would come by and take that. I mean, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They just trolled mailboxes and stole your checks. So, but there's a different way that scammers think of stealing from you every day. So coming up on March 7th, make sure you are alert to all of the security things that you need to know about, and never, ever, ever give your Social Security number out over the phone, especially if it's to someone you don't know who you're talking to.
And don't say it on the radio either.
That's correct. That's correct.
Fairfield County will be hosting a tire recycling event on March 23rd between 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. at the Lancaster Maintenance Garage. And you can find all the information you need on this image that's showing on the video feed right now.
Yeah, for those on the radio, that's at 1261 Lawrence Street in Lancaster. Now the thing goes till 10:30 a.m., but it also says on the poster, or until the trailer is full.
Right.
So you're probably best go early. But there is a 10-tire per vehicle maximum, and that is first come, first serve.
And if you have any questions, contact the Recycling Center at 740-687-1295.
And this is the part that Aaron loves come Easter
Oh, yeah.
time, the Easter egg hunts. But Liberty Township Fire Department in Londonderry, they're having a pancake breakfast as well as an Easter egg hunt. And that is going to be on March the 23rd. The breakfast is 9 a.m. to noon. All you can eat pancakes and sausage. And the egg hunt will be 10:30 a.m. and it'll step off by age group. 2 and under, age 3 and 6, 7 and 10, 11 and up.
So we'd be in the 11 and up category.
I would say, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't say 11 and 12, but 11 and up, I guess technically we could contend that we qualify.
We would dominate.
Yeah. But that's not the only Easter egg hunt going on.
No, it is not. Later that day from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., All the Things will host an Easter egg hunt at Chillicothe's Balmer Field. So you can double dip that day and go to 2 Easter egg hunts.
That's right. All the Things, one of the guys, a good friend of mine, Andrew Baker, and his wife Kelly were instrumental in helping to get All the Things started. And it's just a group of people that get together to do neat things in our community. So Andrew and Kelly and all their friends, we tip the cap to you guys once again for doing something nice for the community. So those are the topics. Keep watching littermedia.com, even over the weekend, even though our daily show is a Monday through Friday. News does not sleep, and if we have good news stories to pass along or informational stories for the consumer, we get those out on our website. A lot of the alerts or bulletins, weather, that kind of stuff, we'll usually just post that on Litter X, formerly known as Twitter. Sports, and a lot of it to talk about coming up in just a moment.
But you know who else doesn't sleep is Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. These guys will work hard for you and fix everything you need in your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Click on this link anywhere you see it on our website, and it'll take you to their website, AccurateHVAC.com, to learn more.
They were at my house yesterday.
Were they? Did they do a good job?
They got it done in half the time that they said that they needed, which made my wife very, because she relieved me to get there, and she called me at noon and said, they're done already, so that's good stuff.
And that's all you need to know, folks. Accurate Heating and Cooling and Plumbing.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
A lot to talk about in sports with the postseason of swimming, bowling tournaments, basketball. So what do we start out with today? High school football. Threw you a curveball. Vinton County football coach T.J. Carpenter is leaving the Vikings because he has been hired as the new head football coach at Zanesville High School. That was voted on by the board in a special meeting yesterday morning, according to Zanesville High School athletics. TJ's done a tremendous job in the few years that he has been at Vinton County, brought them back in as a winning program, got into the postseason, but he is moving on to bigger things up in Zanesville as their new head football coach.
High school basketball tournament scores from last night. Division IV district semi at OU. South Webster beat Sims Valley 62-47. Trimble beats Portsmouth Notre Dame 49-48 in double overtime.
Yeah, in that South Webster game, Norm Person, the head coach, picked up his 799th career win. Norm had some health problems earlier in the year, but got that taken care of and got back on the sideline. In fact, we had a game, Litter Media Radio had Waverly and South Webster earlier this season, and I had a chance to visit with Norm because we go back into the mid-'80s when he was coaching at Chesapeake. I was recounting to my wife last night, the first time I ever met Norm, he was coaching at Chesapeake. They were playing, I don't know, Piketon or something like that down at the Convo in a tournament. And I wanted to do a pregame interview with him. And he said, no, I'm sorry, I don't do pregame interviews. I said, okay. I don't know whether he was afraid I was going to give all the information to the team we were covering or what. But years later, when he got to know me a lot better, he still wouldn't grab me. No, it changed all of that. And the year that he led Oak Hill to the state championship, we were up there that same year covering Logan Elm and Piketon. And when they won the state championship, I saw him down near the locker room at the Schottenstein Center and shook his hand. And I said, Norm, this has been a long time coming. Congratulations. And he thanked me. But, yeah, Norm Person, great guy, and congratulations. And if they win their next one, that's the magic number 800.
There you go.
Litter Media Radio tonight on the road. Road trip for Dan Ramey, Tom Beard, and I as we're heading to Marion Harding High School. And the Litter Media bus will be pulling out early this afternoon. That's like an hour and 45-minute, 2-hour drive in rush hour probably to get there. I don't know if Dan knows yet just what route we're taking because we're going to be going through Columbus at rush hour.
Yeah, you guys have a good time there.
So we'll see how that goes. But Litter Media Radio will be there with the coverage. Airtime approximately 6:50 because the tip-off is at 7 o'clock. There's only one game being played there tonight, and that is for a sectional championship in Division I.
Ainsley Weaver and Isaiah Reveal will represent Chillicothe Lodge number 52 at the Great Lakes Region 4 contest in South Bend, Indiana on March 16th. They'll be shooting against others from Indianapolis and Michigan. Ainsley won her age group at the state shooting an impressive 25 for 25 shots. Isaiah Reveal made 21 for 25 shots and also won his age division.
Now, if you need an excuse to go to Indiana, we could have you go out there and cover this thing on
Sure.
March 16th.
Yeah, I have friends in South Bend.
How far is that from Indianapolis?
South Bend, I think it's probably an hour and a half north of Indianapolis. South Bend is at the top of Indiana.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, Gary is farther north, isn't it?
Yeah, because Gary's right by
Lake
Chicago.
Michigan. Yeah, I remember when we were up in the Sears. That's the Willis Tower or something like that. It used to be called the Sears Tower. As dawn or day, the day was ending, and as the lights of everything that was coming up, the guide said, "Look off there on the horizon. That's Gary, Indiana. You see on the other side of Lake Michigan because you're way up there."
That's where Michael Jackson's from.
That's right. That's right. And, of course, South Bend, where the regionals are being held for the hoop shoot. That is the home of some college, Notre Dame, I think they call it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
25 for 25 is crazy.
That is great. I'd be fortunate to make one of 25.
Yeah. Where are those shots from? What?
You know, I'm guessing, I don't know, because like you and I were talking before we went on the air, when I was a kid, and maybe when you were younger, I don't remember, it was not just shooting. It was dribbling, passing the ball. You had to hit a target and all that. I can't even remember if it was pass, dribble, shoot, or something like that. So I'm not even sure where they're shooting from, whether it's all foul shots or around the perimeter or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Litter Media visited, Dan Ramey did, with Chillicothe High School alumnus Brandon Knoll. We've been talking a lot about Brandon since he's been at Wright State University. He has been absolutely having a great season. The Raider Ford is averaging 14.5 points and almost 8 rebounds per game. He was the 2023 Horizon League Freshman of the Year and recently named Horizon League Player of the Year. Dan's interview with Brandon can be found on our Litter Media YouTube site, but you're probably seeing posts with links to that interview on our Litter Media X as well as Litter Media Facebook. But check that interview out. Dan got that late yesterday afternoon with Brandon.
OSU men got a win last night in basketball, 78-69 against Nebraska.
I think that's 2 out of 3 for the new head coach.
There we go.
Now, already everybody on social media,
greatest of all time.
Jake Diebler, get him in there. Get him in there as the new head coach, but no such announcement has been made yet. And in the CBJ world, the usual, they lost, falling to the folks in Carolina by a score of 4-2 last night. When we wrap up, we're talking about 1961 on this day in history. All coming up on Litter Media Live. Litter Quality Propane, 92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. Litter Quality Propane.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier. Transactions are getting safer. And you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
I think I was I 2 years old? No, I would have been 1.5 approximately. On this date in 1961, President John F. Kennedy issues an executive order establishing the Peace Corps as a new agency within the Department of State. The same day, he sent a message to Congress asking for permanent funding for the agency, which would send trained American men and women to foreign nations to assist in developing efforts. The Peace Corps captured the imagination of the U.S. public, and during the week after its creation, thousands of letters poured into Washington from young Americans hoping to volunteer. I can remember late 60s throughout the 70s, there were always PSA or commercial announcements about the Peace Corps. I can't even remember the last time I've seen anything or heard anything about the Peace Corps and recruiting. So I'm certain that it's still out there.
Right.
But you just don't hear about it as much as what we used to. Well, on Monday, you're here alone.
I am here alone.
Are you scared?
Not really.
Okay.
I'll be all right.
I'll be praying for you.
Thank you.
Dan and I will be on assignment on Monday morning, so Aaron will be going solo on the 11 o'clock show, so or approximately 11 o'clock. With Aaron here alone, it might be 9 a.m., so just be ready to, you won't be out of bed by 9 a.m. What am I talking about? So be prepared for that on Monday on the daily program for Litter Media. We have, of course, our game tonight. No Litter Media radio games for Saturday or Sunday, although there are high school tournament games in the Central and Southeast District that are being played on both days. We'll keep you tracked on that with Litter X as well as our scoreboard page. And then our next Litter Media radio broadcast after tonight will be Monday night. I think I get back from Columbus, and then I'll be jumping in the car and heading to the Convo because the Logan Elm Braves will be taking on Warren in the Division II Boys District Semi. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off, but we'll be on the air somewhere in the neighborhood of 7:50 because there's a game being played right before that one.
Did you see Dan Ramey's commenting on our Facebook Live?
No, I just
he said
ignored him.
It's about the construction that we were talking about, the tree.
Oh, yeah?
He said, for some builders, the evergreen symbolizes that no one in the construction crew died. For others, the tree stands as a talisman for good luck and prosperity.
Very good. Good research, Daniel. Wish I'd have known that ahead of time.
This was his assignment for this morning.
I've just never thought of seeing a Christmas tree on a beam or anything like that, unless it was Christmas time, of course, which it's currently not. Before we close, any movies to check out this weekend?
Dune Part 2, go see it.
And that's due out tonight? First night?
Yeah, it comes out today. I just watched Part 1 again yesterday. Really good, better than I remembered it being, and I'm excited to see Part 2 tomorrow.
Do you go to movies on the premiere night?
I try to.
Is it the theater usually packed?
Yeah. I find it's a more fulfilling experience.
Mm-hmm. Now, anymore, even a good movie, it seems like the crowd dwindles after maybe a week.
Yeah.
But I can remember, like the Indiana Jones movies, the original Star Wars, standing in line at the Majestic Theater, for example, and seeing people lined up all the way down the block and around the block. That's how popular it was to go to the movies back then in the 70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
You don't see that much.
No, you don't. I think it's because, well, there's so many theaters now and so many different formats and options, and then everything is coming to streaming too at about the same time. So
now I haven't gone to this kind of a theater many times, but I think on two occasions, once when we were in Florida here before Christmas, we went to one of these theaters where they serve you a meal if you want it. We didn't, but it's got these reclining chairs, and if the movie's bad, you can just lie there and take a nap.
Yeah.
But somebody in front of us, it was like catering popcorn. I don't know what the drink was. They were pouring it in a glass. I'm sure it was probably soda. But it's like, this is highfalutin stuff here.
Yeah. Do you remember what movie it was?
It was about a soccer team I don't know if it was supposed to be in the Caribbean or what, but it's based on a true story. There were some parts of it that were pretty good, and then there was other parts of it. It's like, oh, geez, message sending here. So that was the movie we saw to kill some time down there. Oh, well. Well, that's the show for the first day of March on the last day of the work week for some of you. We're back at it again tonight on Litter Media Radio. Taze Valley Vikings boys basketball at Marion Harding. They go by the Presidents, but I think Dan and I talked about this yesterday. I've seen a lot of social media referring to them as the Prexies. Dan explained that yesterday, so I'm kind of undecided whether I'm going to talk about them as the Presidents or the Prexies tonight.
I don't know.
I'm afraid if I try to say Prexies, something else may come out. So I may just stay with the Presidents. But that's on Litter Media Radio tonight, airtime at 6:50. Until that time, and Aaron with you solo on Monday morning, I'll let you sign off.
We'll see you on the radio tonight. And for those of you that are listening to the radio, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.